Receiving content. I am live. Testing. It's still saying offline. Alright, so this is Philippine Dreams Live stream take 2. Testing with 360p. It looks good up in the settings. I got all green bars, so it shows that my PLDT 0.5 megabit per second upload is working all right. Ned, I was able to hear you clearly, but the vid was cutting out every 5 to 10 seconds. Yeah, it went, I had it at 700 bits per second, and I think that was too much, so I lowered it to 500. I dropped the resolution down to 360p, and we'll see how that does. The video where I learned how to do this on YouTube, he's in the US, so he's got like insane internet. So, but we're limited here by what we can do with the upload speed. But like I said, I just thought this would be interesting to do. Let me see how it looks at 360. This would be something interesting to do, like maybe once a week, to answer questions, receive critiques, suggestions, and I can interact with my audience just a little bit more, being a creator and all that. All right, thank you, Nathaniel. I appreciate it. Yeah, I just grabbed some photos. I just learned how to do this today, this morning. So I just grabbed some old photos, and I'm using that as a backdrop, and it's got me down in the corner. And I'm looking good. I'm looking pretty good. Yeah, not too bad. Tomorrow, Michelle and I are attending a wedding. Yes, that's right. We're losing another bachelor. Another one bites the dust. So she's out shopping for a gift for them. Actually, these are the people. I don't know if you remember Peter. I used to call him like the Trump of Dumaguete because he's got so many properties and residential developments and rentals and all that. Before it became uncool to refer to somebody as Trump. And it's kind of hard to get something for somebody who has everything because they got more than enough money. So I think we're going to go, speaking of money, with a gift certificate for them. But it'll be nice. The wedding is down on Zamboanguita tomorrow. It's down in a really nice area. Dengue or malaria or Zika. And that should be fun. And hopefully Michelle will come back with a good gift because we need that. The video stopped at 4:19. Am I still going? Well, it's funny because I'm watching the screen here and it's showing me chasing the fly, and that's something I actually did like 4 minutes ago. So yeah, there's a bit of a delay, but it's still saying the live stream health is good. Looks like I got 18 people watching. And yep, 18 people watching. So somebody asked a question about President Duterte dissing President Obama, and typically I try not to talk about political subjects here in the Philippines because it can have repercussions. It can be taken out against you. There's actually people who have rubbed Filipinos the wrong way. And this isn't just like on an individual basis. This is like this societal amor proprio that they have, and they don't want their amor proprio, their face, their honor violated. So when somebody says something bad, they can always do something like, I don't know, declare you persona non grata, which has happened to a bunch of people. So I don't want that to happen. But at this point, I mean, there are some serious concerns. Foreigners are talking about it. People are making, exit plans. They're making contingencies in case things go south. But at this point, it's just a lot of waiting and seeing what's going to happen. It looks like he's pushing himself. He's trying to disassociate himself with the American relations that they've had before. With some of the strong languages that he's used. He was actually talking about getting rid of all the soldiers down in Mindanao because there's too many white people down there. And then the next day, I guess the Department of Defense, the Filipino Department of Defense says, no, we can't do that because we need their surveillance and intelligence gathering assets. But you never know what's going to happen. And we got our contingency plan in place. We got our exit plan. So we're just waiting and seeing to see what happens. and hopefully it'll all work out. And what's really interesting, and I got to actually do a video on this, is you remember I was talking about Pakiki-sama, which is going with the flow, not making waves, not rocking the boat. It makes for a very conservative culture that doesn't want to change. But this guy Duterte comes along, and Filipinos are so sick of the traditional not rocking the boat, going with the flow, that they actually voted him with, I mean, a massive majority. I wasn't expecting him to win at that level that he did. So that gives you some indication of how the Filipinos feel when they're willing to go against generation, hundreds, thousands of years of their culture and their cultural psychology to try to get some change and get rid of the corruption and get rid of the status quo. I think that says quite a lot. I hope it happens because the Philippines deserves it. The Filipino people, I still think they're great. They've never done me wrong. The most problems I've ever had while I've been here is with other foreigners. So they deserve it. It's an educated English-speaking nation, and hopefully they'll be able to do something with this. Now, on the flip side, if they turn it completely around and their economy just totally explodes, a lot of us foreigners are probably going to have to leave because we won't be able to benefit from the low cost of living here anymore. But hey, you never know. John Wise saying Obama is a weak leader. Okay. Black Crow walking, Duterte weak. I don't think so. Black Crow, nope, me neither. Me neither. He's very opinionated. He doesn't like Obama because he's a weak leader. Okay. Don't do it, man. You might run afoul of something crazy. Chicago, Tom Clark, don't bother with politics. Yeah. Well, you know, the politics it is what it is. And again, I just hope it works out. I think people around here, the local Filipino population, appreciates a strong leader, a strong father figure. There's some bad things that are happening too. And if you've been following, oh, and then there's that whole Senator Trillanes thing where he fingered her for being dirty and doing, being part of the drug trade, and there was the limousine driver and all that. And she's heading this attack on him with these Senate investigations. So we'll see what happens. But as far as I know, it's a beautiful day here today. Actually, yesterday was too. It hasn't been too hot, even though I do have the aircon on now. And hopefully tomorrow will be a beautiful day for the wedding. And it'll be really nice to go down to the resort and have a good time at the wedding. I might do some video on it. I'm not sure. I got to get Peter's permission to do it. Oh, also, before I sign off, because this is just a test again, so I'm going to be putting up a video a little bit later. Zika or malaria, dengue, same mosquito. I'm going to be putting up a video a little bit later that is entitled Babies Behaving Badly. Now, in this, I just want everybody to realize and recognize that there is no real alcohol being used. What is in that bottle is actually Coca-Cola. And he did not smoke cigarettes. I think it's a really cute video. It's one of my favorite videos that I've done so far. And we were all laughing so hard while I was filming it. I could barely keep the camera level. It was just a beautiful day down in Darwin. It was right on the water at Romana Ayla Resort at our potluck. And Clark really, and he wasn't feeling good at first. He wasn't feeling good. And then all of a sudden this just all happened. And I was lucky enough to get it on film. I'm going to be putting it up. I'm sure there's going to be like all kinds of calls to the Department of Social Welfare and Development and all that stuff for child abuse. But it's not that big of a deal. All right, I hear Michelle. She is back, so I got to see what she got. Aloha, Scott. Oh, I got more comments. No interruptions. Very successful test. The Clintons should be put out to pasture once and for all. Obama is almost done his term. Yeah, it's funny. Most of my subscribers, most of the population that I'm interacting with are from the United States. They're male. They're all about my age. I was expecting an older audience, but they're all about 45 to 55 years old. And a good number of them seem to be conservatives. So good luck with the election, America. I hope everything works out for you as well. I'll be going back there probably in April or May for my yearly visit to see the fam. Hopefully by then, things will have settled down both in the Philippines and in the United States. but we will see. Excluding yourself, Chief. Duterte has a 91% approval rating. Okay, that's great, but who's doing these polls? I mean, when you hear the media here talking about what was it, 6% or 5.5% unemployment, and the number of people living in poverty was only like 19%, I get a little concerned with the statistics that they're cranking out. Got some info on this from a Filipino friend earlier today. Don't think we should discuss it here, but I can give you a 411 on it. Uh-oh. Yeah, just send me a PM. And if it's something catastrophic, we'll be getting our flights to check out Vietnam. Yeah, that's a crazy approval rating. 91%. I don't know about that. All right, y'all. I gotta go. Thanks again. Take care. Oh, you wanna come in? Say hi. You can't really see yourself yet because there's this big delay.
Oh,
But here's Michelle. Say hi.
hi.
Hi. We're just signing off, actually. All right, y'all. Take care. And
Oh, there's me.
yeah, there's you. There's a picture of you and Dina at Twin Lakes.
Oh,
And we'll see you next time. Peace out. Bye bye. Did you get a card? Is that, oh, you got to make one? Okay. Adios.